Hello, everyone. My name is Dom Frost, and I'm here today with my good friend Natty B.
Hi there.
And today we're talking about a very passionate topic currently in our lives, and that is on the Heathers TV show adaptation that's going to be occurring, readapting the original and, in essence, the musical. And we have a lot of things to say about it, don't we?
Yes. Yes, we do. So, if I may, I'd like to begin. So, the trailer portrays our characters, our main characters. We see Veronica, we see Kurt and Ram, and we see the Heathers themselves. And I'd like to make my first point about the Heathers themselves because... Or maybe, you know what, I'm gonna change that. I'm going to make my first point about Veronica's line.
Yes. A very
so
iconic line.
So, play the clip.
And fuck me gently with a chainsaw.
So Veronica says, fuck me gently with a chainsaw, which is, in the original movie, Heather Chandler's line. Play the clip.
If you're gonna openly be a bitch, it's just Heather, why can't we talk to different kinds of people? Fuck me gently with a chainsaw. Do I look like Mother Teresa?
I think Ram and Kurt were murdered. Well, fuck me gently with a chainsaw. Nancy Drew is on you, Veronica.
And, she says it in a more playful, a little more sarcastic way.
Yeah.
While Veronica says it like she means it dead serious, which is a little, concerning, seeing how, like, they completely missed the mark on this entire famous phrase. Exactly.
It's like if you're putting Shakespeare into a completely different context. If you said one specific Shakespearean line that's meant to be delivered in one way, but you say it in a different way, that's recontextualizing it and putting it in a really weird light.
I see it more like, you know that one line, I forgot from what movie, was it Casablanca? No, it's not Casablanca, it's like a very famous movie, where he's like, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. It's like, if you said that dead serious, if you went, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. It's like, it gives a completely different mood and is nothing like the original.
Exactly.
I mean, of course, we're not begging for them to create the original again, because it doesn't need to be recreated. If it's not broken, don't fix it. But if they want to remake it, they have to have that same playful, over-sexualized, overdone feel to it. It's, because in essence, it's a, what do you call it? It's a parody, and it's supposed to show just the jokes of modern life, of what high school is like, what it feels like, and just overplay it to the extreme.
Exactly. Like the original Heathers from 1988. It's a black comedy. That's its whole genre. It's a black comedy. With this trailer is really speaking to me right now, and it's really fearing for me, is that this isn't going into the direction of a black comedy. It's rather going into the direction of a drama, basically. Like what you would see.
Yeah, no, this whole scenario, it reminded me of like when I used to watch Glee, which really scares me, because like I did enjoy Glee for what it was, but on the other hand, it was like it was like, not only was it like overplaying it, it didn't know it was like satirizing something. I felt like it was always like it took itself way too seriously, which I find Heathers to an extent can do. I mean, for instance, at least in the musical, the fucking scenes with the bomb at the end.
Yeah.
Those were taken very seriously, but for good reason. But I feel just the fact, one, they say fuck me gently with a chainsaw seriously, and the other, that the Heathers. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the Heathers themselves.
Yeah,
so,
we're gonna need to talk about it.
Why don't you start off with what they currently look like in the trailer, because we discussed this earlier. What do they look like in the trailer, my friend?
So, in the trailer, as it stands right now, so how this Heathers is structured is that it's diverse. Heather Chandler is plus size. Heather Duke is gay, I'm pretty sure, and then Heather McNamara, I believe she's black. And the thing is that and obviously Nati and I were discussing this earlier. What the Heathers embody in the original movie, in the musical, is the stereotype of teenagers in society, just teenagers as a whole. You know, they're meant to be bitchy. They're meant to be, you know, like the popular kids. You know, popularity matters.
Yes, that's what they are, because they get away with so much bullshit. The Heathers are they're evil in the sense that they are against the main character, but they do everything that high schoolers do. They get drunk, they have sex, they do all these just cliche things that high schoolers would do, but they're still super bitchy. It's something that, like, it's overblown to crazy proportions, but it's still what you kind of experience when you go to high school.
Exactly.
While they're dressed like female Jason Deans, which doesn't fit at all, because he is, of course, another stereotype, the rebel that doesn't want to, like, conform to this hierarchy of school and shit, but, like, they're two different evils that have nothing to do with each other, so I don't understand why they put them like this. I was saying this earlier, how they should keep the shoulder pads, because they might be ridiculous, but, like, it shows so much of their hierarchy, their just how they function.
Exactly.
It's just it's a strict kind of stick to the norm look, while these Heathers, I don't care if, like, as a plus size woman, I don't care. I would love to see a plus size Heather Chandler, or at least, like, just a curvier Heather Chandler. But when it comes to the others, like, sure, they could be gay, but, like, I feel like the one person that I would love to see be of color, be black or Asian or whatever, I said this earlier to you, Dom.
Yeah.
Martha would be perfect, like, as, like, just being black or being Asian or being Hispanic or whatever, because that's a character you can do it with. She's not there to be white privilege. She's there to be a relatable kind of, like, this is a problem I actually just have with Heathers in general, how they make Martha this character, this punching bag, basically, that you're supposed to feel sorry for. That's one thing that I could look forward to here, is if they make Martha an interesting character while also making her a person of color.
And you know, like, with and I was saying this earlier, especially with the whole, because at this point in time, we do not know what direction this Heathers is going into. We don't know whether they are going to be the popular girls. They're probably not going to be that popular clique, like, from what this trailer is showing us. But the thing is that with Jason Dean, you know, the whole original Heathers is meant to be, you know, you have the popular kids at the top. That's where Veronica needs to be to survive. Yet there's this outside force that is trying to pull her away from this socially acceptable norm. In this Heathers, it appears that, like, everyone is grungy and edgy, and I feel like that's not. It doesn't make
Jason Dean stand out.
Exactly. He's basically, along the Heathers, he's just another one of the number if they manage to portray him in the same kind of way, because, you know, that's just it's just how he is. He's meant to juxtapose everything that the social norm has. So to take that away from the character, you kind of make him pretty boring. Exactly.
I feel that he he is there to be the exact opposite of the Heathers. They're I don't know, they're strict with their rules, but like they stay together, while Jason Dean is used to being apart from everyone. He's just this edgy guy that really doesn't want anything to do with them. So seeing the Heathers dressed like that is just kind of like, it's jarring. Again, I say bring back the goddamn shoulder pads.
And I'll also, there's another thing that I want to bring up, because you actually brought this up earlier with Death Note, the recent Death Note Netflix series that came out. I wanted to compare this a little bit. And I'm actually going to be doing a video on this in the future with my friend Chris. He's going to be watching the Netflix one soon. We're going to be doing it on, I don't know if it's probably going to be on your channel, just probably going to be a series or something like that. But basically, I like to compare this with Death Note, because the original Death Note, for those who don't know, Death Note is an anime series that it's very close to my heart, because I think it's one of the first anime that I actually full-length watched and was invested in, and it's basically about Light Yagami. He receives a notebook that basically when you write someone's name in it, they die, and the whole anime.
He's a high school student, right?
Yeah, he's a high school student, but later in the series he becomes a college student. But basically, throughout this entire anime, it's meant to be a game of chess. Basically, you take it slow, and it's not about the fanatics and about about the visual aspects or how everything. It's all about how it goes into motion, how you manage to strategize everything. However, in the Death Note live action Netflix, they completely basically go in for the visuals, what Hollywood wants, which is just a bunch of action and gore in places that they don't need to be. And I feel like that this is the same with Heathers, because in Heathers, the original, like you have this comedy, you have this, this preconceived notion that, it's all right. So right now it's pretty mellow at this point, but once one major event goes down, it has way bigger of an impact because you take it slow. But in this one, I'm very afraid that they're gonna take it way too fast because of the introduction of the Heathers, and how will this progress properly is
I'm
a big concern.
Too, because like the thing is, I haven't seen the live action Death Note yet. I kind of don't want to, admittedly. I've heard a lot about it. I really don't want to. I'm kind of scared of it. I will. domfrostva.com.net.org.
Yes.
On YouTube.
Yes. Because I have enough money to host that.
Of course you do. But like the thing with Death Note and with Heathers that you can compare is like there are visuals, there are dark themes, there are so many things that can make it impressive. But the thing is, you could overblow it in the wrong way.
Exactly.
Like, because I feel like, because the whole situation of Death Note is really fucked up. It's a high school student with a god complex that is using this Death Note to kill other people, kill people who are criminals, which eventually goes too far. And the entire time, you're watching this protagonist who is basically the villain the entire time, but he's still a protagonist, so you're kind of rooting for him, and the theoretical villain is the good guy technically, but not even he is morally, he's very morally gray as well.
Exactly.
So, and I think Heathers is very similar to that, where they're all very morally gray, where the Heathers, sure, Heather Chandler is a bitch, and sure, they have sex with a lot of guys, and they get drunk, and they bully people, and Heather Duke is really mean, and Heather McNamara does really mean things, but at the same time, there's, it's not just black and white.
Exactly.
Because at the beginning, exactly, at the beginning, they kind of portray them as black and white, and throughout the whole, like, throughout the show, throughout the movie, they show that they're more gray than you might think. I don't know. I don't think that big surprise can happen with characters like this.
Exactly. It's
I
very
mean, like,
true.
I don't know much about the Death Note. Like, what is Light like in the Death Note?
Oh, he's a little bitch. Like, and that's another thing, like, I'm all down for interpretations of things. It's a very interesting, I would have an interpretation of A Christmas Carol where instead of like a fucking accountant, he's like a film director, right? I would have a proper interpretation of that. But the thing is that when you try to adapt it into more of a modern day twist, it's kind of like you're twisting what it stands for, you know? At least in my opinion, because yeah, it's just, God.
You know what? You know what? We're gonna sit here and we're gonna create our own modern Heathers right now. Right on the spot.
Yes.
Who gives a shit? Alright.
Yeah.
So, Heather Chandler being plus-sized. No problem with that at all.
Yeah.
Hell, the entire group of the Heathers can be plus-sized. It's just that it needs to be in a way where they can still make fun of Martha for something. Either the Heathers are going to stay skinny bitches, or they're going to be this type of plus size where, like, they have big boobs, they have a big butt, but they're not really, like, they don't really have that, like, full-on chubby tummy.
Yeah.
While I feel, so if anything, Martha really has to be overweight. And, again, the Heathers, they're white trash, 110%. So, like, there's, like, I'm not sure how others see them, but I see them as 100% like white privilege, white trash, bitchy girls. While Martha could definitely be a person of color if this is a thing that people want. And another person who I think, like, going back to the whole discussion of skin color, race, whatever, Jason Dean. I was discussing this earlier.
Yeah.
One could totally make Jason Dean maybe non-binary, gender fluid, gay. You could make, like, hell, you could, like, you could make him bi for all I care, because, I mean, hell, the love he has for Veronica, you could barely consider that love. That's shit's obsession.
Yeah, that's like, that's almost like killing, stalking, almost levels of obsession.
Exactly, so yeah, Jason Dean could be bi, he could be he could be non-binary, they could be non-binary. Jason Dean could be fucking Asian.
Exactly. He could be me. I can get casted for Jason Dean, Nati.
5'4" Jason Dean.
Oh, and that's another thing. Like, representation in any way, by the way, it doesn't need to be strictly fucking like fucking people of color and shit like that. Height matters, yo. Height matters.
Have a fucking Heather Chandler be like fucking 6'2".
Exactly. Like, oh, and yeah, like that could be another thing that stands out. Like, representing that power shift of height. You know.
That would be really cool. Having like a Heather that's just like Heather Chandler that towers over the rest.
Exactly. Like that. Because
I mean, like,
pretty awesome.
I don't think I've ever seen a movie or a series where a tall girl is popular. Like, a very tall girl. Like, taller than a lot of guys.
Yeah, it's true. And especially because it goes against the stereotype, yet it's still very possible that it could happen. Like, you know?
Yeah. So, I'm gonna say, like, let's see. I think my best vision for the Heathers is, like, a super tall Heather Chandler, a rounder Heather Duke, and of course with big old bitties, because because the implants.
Yeah.
And I had to.
It's accurate.
And I'd see Heather McNamara being like the most quote unquote ideal of the three. Like, she's just this petite, sporty, blonde white girl who's also a cheerleader.
Yeah.
And of course she also has a lot of issues. So the three of them do stray from the norm technically.
But it can definitely work.
Make Heather McNamara a ginger.
Ah, yes.
She would be so cute.
Oh my god, that actually. Dang, yo.
We're going back to Jason Dean. So my idea was making him non-binary or gender fluid or something of the sort, or at least making him bisexual or homo-flexible or something or anything like that. And make him Asian or something like that, because we were discussing tiger parents.
Tiger parents are like listen, I don't know how many Asian people are watching my videos, but like, yo, the tiger parent mentality, it's fucking true, all right? Like, it may be a stereotype, but it's the truth, because, you know, a lot of Asian parents come from different countries, and they come to this new country, you know, with almost no grasp of the language, and, you know, they expect that, you know, they didn't come here for nothing, and, you know, tiger parents are actually true, but what we were talking about is that you don't even need to go with the tiger parent mentality for the dynamic between Jason Dean and his father, because it can be something very different.
Exactly, because, I mean, he works for an explosives company. I mean, maybe he's just an extremely hard worker. That's the reason why he moves around a lot, moves throughout the country. And, I mean, the fact that he's Asian doesn't need to be part of his character.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to. It can, but it doesn't have to. It can be. It's like, there are so many possibilities with that. And, I mean, like, what's the harm of making him Asian?
Exactly. Like, and I think that's another thing that, you know, Western things manage to do a lot, and that's, like, they play on a person's race to make it part of their character, but it doesn't have to be.
Exactly, yeah.
Like,
because, like, oh, we have a black character, so immediately they're from the ghetto.
Yeah, it's true. Like, cause honestly speaking, right now, that's basically what they're doing with the Heathers right now, like, for their TV show.
On.
Like, cause you know, like, I feel like when people watch the TV series, though, because they see these Heathers who are inherently bad be represented in this way, it's kind of like,
look at this evil lesbian.
Yeah, like, cause I get it. Some people are gonna get butthurt that, you know, oh, why is it that the white people have to be the villains? Like, why can't it be the other way around? Like, I'm talking to people who, like, who've never understood oppression, but it, you know,
that's kind of the point.
Yeah, it's kind of the point. You know, it's true. Like, and
white capitalist people.
Yeah, and I mean, like even if because, you know, Heathers was originally made in the 1980s, you know, early 1990s, yeah, that film full of white people. There are no people represented in that, but like it was still a reflection on society as a whole. You know.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to represent in a way of different culture. It's meant to represent society.
Yeah, exactly. And now that culture and society have gotten so much closer, we could definitely show that with this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel, sure, they can represent whatever they want. They can make the Heathers super diverse, but on the other hand, it's like, they're kind of losing the meaning of these characters and why they're portrayed as they're portrayed. Because, I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't think it's the lesbians doing the oppression, or the black people, or the fat people.
It's true. Oh my lord! Like, I mean, literally, they I'm just gonna scrub through the trailer again, because, like, I need to see the other people in the background, by the way, because, like, I just want to make sure.
If they're all fucking white. They're all white skinny people.
All right, so in one shot, I literally only like there's like what 3 girls. I think two of them are white, one of them is Asian. That's all I see in this teaser right now. Let me check with oh, look, the football, the Ram and Kurt. Hang on.
There's one black guy in the background.
There's one black guy, maybe like one Asian cheerleader.
Oh my god.
That's it. Like.
And the thing is, like, fucking Ram and Kurt can be like, I mean, not to bring up fucking Check Please, but
Oh, you must.
Holster and fucking Ransom, those guys.
They're literally the best hockey bros, and they have a great dynamic between them.
Exactly. Why can't that be Kurt and Ram? Why can't they be black and white?
Yeah, it's true.
Good God. Also, looking back at Heather Duke, I think that is the most cliche, like, hip, stylish lesbian look like I've ever seen.
Heather Duke or Heather Chandler we're talking about?
No, the one who was wearing the gold, like, accessories.
Oh,
and the short black bob.
Oh, and that'd be McNamara.
That's McNamara. Okay. Yeah, no, still.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, and that's actually another thing that I want to bring up, because I think that I actually forgot who brought this up. Oh yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it was Kai about the colors. You know, like how they I think it was either the colors, like I think it was either Anne or it was Kai, but they were talking about like how in this trailer, like, yeah, the colors are recognizable on these people, but like it's pretty downplayed. I think like it's like, yeah, you can see that they represent the characters, but are they actually the characters?
Yeah, I mean, like with one thing that I definitely, like, when I first watched Heathers and when I first, like, especially the musical, one thing that definitely helped me, like, split tell the characters apart were the colors they wore. Because, like, Kurt and Ram always wore their football shit. Heather Chandler is red. Heather Duke is green. Heather McNamara is yellow. Then Jason Dean would always wear, like, black. Or black or brown or gray. And Veronica would wear blue.
Yeah.
Heather Veronica, yes.
Heather Veronica.
But, like, yeah, that's just kind of like, it plays a lot, like, playing with color has always been a thing in, like, cinematography, so why not here? I mean, I understand it's not a goddamn musical, you don't have to see it from far away, but on the other hand, it's like, what they wear represents who they are, and seeing this shit, these aren't the Heathers, these are some basic bitches who just found out that fucking, what's that store called? The Edge store.
Hot Topic?
That Hot Topic exists. Like, these are basic bitches that just found out that Hot Topic exists.
Yeah, it's true. Like, by the way, when I first looked at this trailer, there's a guy in a yellow shirt. I thought that would, because I heard that there's gonna be a male Heather. Like, he actually, like, he's casual, but like because he had the yellow shirt, I'm like, wait, is he gonna be like a male McNamara? Like, that'd be pretty cool. Like, I mean, because he sounded preppy too, so it's just like, Heather Chandler's looking for you, and he just walks away, and I'm like, okay.
Well, preppy? How is it? Why is he preppy but not the girls?
I know, it's true. Like,
and the thing is, okay, how much money do you bet that he is a flaming homosexual?
Can I give you like a scale of 0 to 10, or can I give you like
yes, just give me a scale of 0 to 10,
or do I give you like a scale of like Axe body spray to unicorns?
Yes.
I
In conclusion, from the current trailer that has come out of the TV series, the Heathers doesn't look that great. Just from how they've dressed the characters, how they've portrayed what the humor is going to be like, or lack thereof.
Mm.
It does not look good.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. I mean, for me, like, when going back to Death Note, when I saw the Death Note trailer first, I thought I had hopes for it because it didn't show too much that was concerning to me. With
Light
this, yeah, apart from the names, but like, I'll be going through that in my video. But with this, I'm just very concerned. You know, I watched Heathers, like the original Heathers, fucking loved it. I watched the musical, fucking loved it. Will I watch this and fucking love it? Very doubtful. So,
Same.
Thank you all for listening to this little podcast today-ish. This is something different than what
We're totally gonna cut
we
this
normally
down
do.
because most of this is bullshit.
Yeah, it was mostly bullshit, but none of you will ever hear that. But...
You won't hear this in the editing.
Yeah.
I picked the mic.
Damn you. But, like, yeah. Subscribe to Nati V Studios because, like, we do a bunch of voice acting shit on there. And subscribe to me because I upload every 6 months. So, we will see you guys next
you're like
time.
Christmas, you come once a year.
Hey! But yeah, we will see you guys later. Goodbye!
Bye.